A fortune I never expected. I never thought a single sentence could rewrite my entire life. My name is Clara Bennett, a hospice nurse invited to the will reading of my late patient, Victor Grayson, a billionaire with a fractured family. I expected to hear how his wealth would be split among his distant relatives, but when the lawyer locked eyes with me and asked, "Miss Bennett, what is your full legal name?" everything I thought I knew about myself unraveled. Where are you joining me from today? Drop your location in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping stories. Now, let's dive into the moment I met the man who changed my world forever. Victor Grayson was no ordinary patient. At 80, he was a titan of industry, sharp-tongued, and notorious for churning through nurses like pages in a book. When the agency offered me the job, my supervisor, Linda, didn't sugarcoat it. "He's gone through 8 nurses in 5 months, Clara. The pay's triple the norm, but he's a handful, stubborn, critical, threw a book at the last one." I was already stretched thin at the hospital, my life a blur of night shifts and instant coffee, but the pay was tempting, and something in Linda's voice tugged at me. "I'll meet him first," I said. "See if we click." The Grayson estate was a fortress of wealth, marble floors, chandeliers, paintings that screamed old money. The housekeeper, Mrs. Dutton, a woman with a stare as cold as the mansion's stone walls, led me to Victor's library. "He's in a mood," she warned. Victor sat in a wheelchair by a towering window, his frail frame dwarfed by the room's grandeur. His eyes, though, were piercing. "Another nurse," he scoffed. "How long will you last?" "The record's 2 weeks." I pulled up a chair, meeting his gaze. "Depends. How long do you plan to keep scaring people off?" He blinked, caught off guard. Most people probably tiptoed around his wealth or temper. I didn't. "Doctors give me 4 months," he said, his voice clipped. "Lung cancer. They can't fix it, just delay the end." "That's heavy," I replied, holding his stare. "What scares you more, the dying or what you leave behind?" His laugh was bitter. "I've built an empire, Miss Bennett. Billions. But no one to share it with. My so-called family only calls when they smell money." His words carried a weight deeper than his illness. Loneliness, raw and unguarded. "That sounds like a heavy load to carry alone," I said softly. He studied me, then nodded. "We'll see if you're worth keeping around." Over weeks, I learned Victor's gruffness was a shield, forged from betrayal, employees who pilfered, relatives who begged, friends who vanished when he weakened. Beneath it, he was witty, curious, a man who'd clawed his way up from nothing during the Great Depression. "No wife, no kids. I thought I'd have time for that later," he admitted one day, wincing through physical therapy. Later never showed up. "Do you regret it?" I asked. "Every damn day," he said, voice low. "Money buys a lot, Clara, but not loyalty. Not love." Our mornings became rituals, coffee in his library, debates over books, his stories of a scrappy youth. He asked about my life, my single mom, my nursing school hustle, my dream to open a community health center. "You're content," he observed, almost puzzled. "No fortune, no fancy life, yet you're happy." I shrugged. "I've got enough. Friends. Purpose. That's wealth some billionaires can't touch." He looked away, thoughtful. Victor grew curious about my roots, my mom's maiden name, Amelia Reed, her small-town upbringing. My grandparents, I barely knew. I thought he was just being chatty, filling the silence. As his health faded, he grew introspective, fixated on a niece he'd lost touch with. "Margaret, my brother's girl," he said. "Her dad took her away after my brother died. She'd be in her 50s now. I've tried finding her, but it's like chasing a ghost." "Why her?" I asked. "She's the only family I've got left who might care about. More than my bank account." In his final days, Victor was secretive, meeting with his lawyer, murmuring about arrangements. One evening, he gripped my hand. "Clara, you've been a light in these dark months. Promise me you'll stay true to who you are, no matter what comes." I promised, confused by his intensity. He died a week later, my hand in his, whispering, "Thank you for seeing me." At the will reading, I sat awkwardly among Victor's relatives, strangers with greedy eyes. The lawyer, Mr. Powell, read small bequests, gifts to staff, charities, minor sums to cousins. Then, the bombshell. The entirety of my estate, valued at $15 million, I leave to my niece, Margaret Bennett. The room exploded, shouts, threats of lawsuits. I stood to leave, certain I didn't belong, when Mr. Powell called out, "Miss Bennett, please stay." "What's your full legal name?" "Clara Margaret Bennett," I said, confused. "But I'm not his niece." "Your mother's maiden name?" "Amelia Reed." "And her mother's?" I froze. "Eleanor Grayson." The room went quiet. Mr. Powell's smile was gentle. "You're Victor's niece, Clara. Your grandmother was his sister. They parted ways over his obsession with wealth. He's been searching for you for years." My head spun. "How did he know?" "Your photo from the agency," Mr. Powell said. "You're Eleanor's spitting image. He had a DNA test done on a coffee cup you used. It confirmed you're his niece." He handed me a photo of a young woman, my grandmother, eerily like me. "Victor tested you," he continued. "Another Margaret surfaced, claiming to be his niece, but she was after his money. You, Clara, showed him kindness, not greed." He read Victor's letter. "My dearest Clara, you've shown me what family means. You cared for me, not my wealth. Use this money to make the world better, as you've made my final days. Your grandmother would be proud. Behind my desk, there's a journal. Your mother's childhood, our family story. It's yours now. With love, Victor." Tears fell.